Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired.
It's all coming to an end. The 2024 election on November 5th will finally be over. Or at least that's what we hope. Recent remarks about Donald Trump have stirred up quite a reaction. But listen to this first so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
And honestly, on a scale of offence, calling someone the new Hitler, isn't that actually worse than anything else?
First of all, I was at the DNC. I sat there 6 hours every night in a very uncomfortable seat. Nobody called Donald Trump Hitler from the stage. So your argument falls apart. Let's talk about what actually happened last night. The governor can do whataboutism. I don't know why you're doing the whataboutism. Let's talk about what happened last night.
Well, I can only call it as I see it.
Let me finish my point. Before Trump even got on stage, we had the Puerto Ricans, the Jews, the Palestinians, effing illegals, pimp handlers, antichrist. That was all there. Then Trump gets on stage and says immigrants are invading and occupying our country, which is the language of the far right. He talks about the press being the enemy of the people, which is straight from Goebbels. You've condemned that line. He talked about the enemy within, which is literally a Hitler line. So if you don't want to be accused of sounding like Nazis, there's a simple solution. Stop talking like Nazis.
Dave?
He says nobody calls him Hitler, but he sounds like a Nazi. But this is how he really sounds.
250 million Americans are not garbage. This week, Kamala has been comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history. And now, speaking on a call for her campaign last night, crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. No way. No way. And they actually mean it, even though, without question, my supporters are far higher quality than Crooked Joe or Lion Kamala. Higher quality. My response to Joe and Kamala is very simple. You can't lead America if you don't love Americans. That's true.
Our belief is, he says, that all honorable Germans will be National Socialists. Only the best National Socialists will be members of the party. Only when we of the party shall have done everything to embody the National Socialist idea, Hitler concludes, will we form an indestructible column of the German people and Reich.
Don't need to explain the difference. You can already see it. And if you're still unsure about his Nazi-like tendencies, you'll want to watch the next video.
It hurts my heart to see what our current president and vice president have done to the country I love so well. They humiliated us in Afghanistan. We pushed around in China. Terrorists run wild in the Middle East. And they let our own southern border get overrun. America, people say, America is an idea, but I believe America is much more than that. America is our home. You know, when I was fighting in Europe, and I came back home, I kissed the ground, thanking God that I'm back home in my country. And where I come from, when somebody comes for me or my home, you dig in your boots in the ground and never look back. That's the attitude that saved the free world, and those years ago. And President Trump, back in Commander-in-Chief, I would go back to re-enlist today. And I would storm whatever beach my country needs me to fight again. God bless you. God bless our home and the United States of America.
As you can see, a World War II veteran who's lived through the darkest times would still stand by Trump, convinced there's no hint of Nazism in him. But if you're still uncertain, check out the videos above. Visiting a Bronx barbershop, praying with Latinos, even Dr. Phil at his rally. And I've left one final video that will end this debate once and for all about whether Trump seeks wars like Hitler did. And if you want to catch the other 3 videos, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with woke wipeout news.
Mormons, Muslims are joining our cause in larger numbers than ever before, and now the most wonderful thing is happening. We're winning overwhelming support from the Muslim and Arab voters right here in Michigan. Can you believe it? It's great. And earlier today, I had an incredible meeting, a great meeting. You know what they want? They want peace. They're great people, with a group of Muslim imams. And like everyone here today, Muslim and Arab voters in Michigan, and you know, they're going to be they could turn the election one way or the other. I think we have it anyway. I'm telling you, we have so many votes, but we got to get more. We got to get more. But the Muslim and Arab voters in Michigan and across the country want a stop to the endless wars and a return to peace in the Middle East. That's all they want. Like we had under President Donald J. Trump. Have you ever heard of him? We haven't. They want strength in the Oval Office. They want law and order. They want common sense. They're not into the transgender operations. They're not into men playing in women's sports. They want a booming economy, and they don't like Kamala's plan to provide free sex change operations for inmates or illegal migrants in detention, or secretly change the gender of our children in school without even parental consent or knowledge. I'm thrilled to accept the endorsement. Nobody thought this was going to happen. Nobody. Because this is a great group of people, but they always were Democrat. But they look at her and they say, forget it. I'm thrilled to accept the endorsement of these highly respected leaders. These are the leaders. Today, I'm also honored to be endorsed by a very special person. And I'm going to ask if I could, all of my friends to come up from the Arab and Muslim part of Michigan. And I'd like to give them a big hand, because they're going to vote for us and help us win.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, Michiganders. As the President said, we just had a positive meeting with President Trump. We as Muslims stand with President Trump because he promises peace. He promises peace, not war. We are supporting Donald Trump because he promised to end war in the Middle East and Ukraine. The bloodshed has to stop all over the world, and I think this man can make that happen. I personally believe that God saved his life twice for a reason. I believe personally that God has saved his life for a reason, which is to save the lives of others. We support Donald J. Trump for his commitment to promoting family values and protected our children's well-being, especially when it comes to curriculums and schools. We as Muslims support this man because we believe that he will be a president for all Americans, embracing every race, color, and religion. We are with President Trump because we want a strong border. And we agree with President Trump that anyone who wants to come to this country is welcome, but he has to do that through legal pathway. We are with President Trump because we want a strong economy. Don't you want that?